How many of you are looking for the best ultimate exercise that trains just about every postural muscle, every stabilizing muscle, every core muscle? Stay tuned and I'm going to show you what it's all about. So we call this the high stepping, high stick march. You just need a little, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle bow. I had this bamboo stick in my house. I actually kind of discovered this exercise while watching some of the Summer Olympics back in 2012, the pole vaulters. And then I decided I could do what they do, and I kind of took this nearby and I jabbed it in the ground. And then what happened was I tried to get up there and then I fell. And I was like, oh, I don't know why I can't do this. So then I started realizing a lot of this stuff actually is based on the postural muscles that were weak in my body. So I really worked at it. I think that day in 2012, I worked on it for about 3 hours trying to understand this very exercise. So here it is. What I want you all to think about is the further away it is, the easier it is, because then you can use the carpet, some friction. You want to use it against friction. Some of my patients have discovered to stick it next to the baseboards that way and just use it that way, but I don't want you to shred up your nice baseboards. So I use the carpet, it sticks nicely. You can use a closet rod, a really long closet rod, but what we're really trying to affect here is you want to think about percentages. And just like the gait cycle, we're really trying to pull with our hamstrings. It's all driven by hamstrings first. So what we're going to do is, this is the leg I want to target. What we're going to do is we're going to bring your weight as a percentage. This is about 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, 60, 70, 80, and now I'm about 100. This is when this other leg comes up, and it should be up here about the same level as my belly button. What we want to do is try to stay stable. So this might be tough as it is, and then you're just holding. So if you find yourself wobbly or shaky, then this is where we want to be. But if you have it more stable, then the next thing you want to do is, the next thing you want to do is actually get up onto your tiptoes. Now, you can use your arm like really hard, but your goal is to eventually just be able to just do it yourself without having to do that. And so these are great for my athletes. I love using this for my professional and amateur athletes. They want to be able to get this balance here. And this is actually a very fundamental bridge before I start sending them to do plyometrics. But I think this is great for even our general population who wants to hike, who wants to run, who wants to sprint. They have to be able to do this. So once again, it's up to here, and then you get up to the top. Now I'm going to show you this way. Same thing. So let's use my right leg, for instance. We're going to build into it. It's almost like you're taking a step. So that's kind of the thought process. It's like taking a step, but it's like a percentage game. And so what we want to do is we're going to build here, and I'm going to build into about 100%. That's when this leg comes off. Should be nice free swinging. I shouldn't really rely on this too much. And then I bring this up. So your foot is also got to be up, cocked up, and up elevated here. So I took this little motion from my mentor Greg Johnson for high stepping. Whoa, I'm losing this already. So, but I want to give him some credit for that. But then, I think the balance part it's so important that we really get that, because I think anyone that works a dynamic sport or task, this is what we have to do. And once again, we're trying to be able to do that. So if you want to have some fun, a little bit of a progression, you can do a hop. So kind of like a pole vaulter would. So let's take that again. We're going to drive that up. So once I lost balance, you always want to have good quality. So you don't want to just keep wobbling. But if you're shaky, you can hold it and then bring it up. And then once again, you can hop and try to stick it, And so that's the exercise. One of my more advanced exercise for the Rehab and Revive community here. But I'm already winded. So you can see this is a great exercise. It works basically every muscle from my arm to my head to my toe. And we really want to emphasize this as one of the final exercises before you get on your way. But I believe that all the postural muscles are used. You want to be using your hamstring. So I think this is one of the best exercises that we give here. I think, give it a shot. Check with your healthcare professional. Make sure it's the right exercise for you. But I think this is great. So if you like what we're doing, leave a comment. Tell me how challenging this one is. Subscribe below. Make sure you stay up to date with some of our latest exercises and little tidbits. I'm Dr. Lynn at Rehab and Revive. Remember, we can and we will get better together. So here's a review again. So get yourself a nice little handy stick. If you don't have a handy stick, just like my mentor Greg Johnson has done, he's used a door frame. You could just use a door frame and you could do the same motion, but your goal is to build into it like you're about to take a step into it. Then you're gonna bring your leg up. Make sure this is about in line with your belly button. Your foot should be also flexed towards the ceiling, and then you can hold it. If you're shaky, that's the number one rule. You must hold it till the shakiness stops. And if the shakiness doesn't stop, you just keep trying. And then what you want to do is then you want to rise onto your tiptoes, and that's when you're really going to feel the core muscles working throughout your whole body. So these are very important. If you have little flaws in your hips or your ankles, you're really going to feel where it's the most wobbliest. So that's what I want you to do.